see what the energy is looking like. Maybe it'll give us a little more clarity on the read if I do it beforehand instead of at the end like I normally do. Just switching it up. So let's see. Spirit of gratitude. The bottom of the deck, endless possibilities. Alright, so let's dive into this. 38, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11. And then a 7. It's a 9. So I'm going to do it about endings. Any double numbers are really important. Alright, so let's see. Endless possibilities. Actually, let's start with Spirit of Gratitude. 43. 43. Spirit of Gratitude. Key concepts. The prospering power of prayer. Communion with the divine. Expressing deep gratitude as you move through the world. Knowing that your prayers will be answered exactly as they are meant to be. In prayer, we connect directly to our higher power. It is a way for us to be in communion with the divine. A reminder that our lives are a sacred conversation we are continuously engaged in. Prayer lets us know we are not alone. A power greater than us acts on our behalf and is activated through us, suffusing our hearts and minds with a faith that is life-affirming, loving, and compassionate. When we pray, we acknowledge that we are only a When we pray, we acknowledge that we are only a part of the equation of life, that a spiritual aspect is always in operation. We engage in humility, knowing we are in a co-creative partnership and have so much to be grateful for. Expressing gratitude and asking to be of service is the most powerful, prospering prayer of all. When you focus your attention on appreciation for even the smallest aspects of your life and what you've already experienced, it's like waving a magic wand. Everything you need comes to you without effort. Obstacles fall away and your purpose becomes ever clearer. The kind of prayer that will prosper you and others today is one of deep, abiding gratitude. You become a magnet for miracles when you're grateful and asked to be a channel for divine purpose. Divine abundance, love, and compassion. The power of sources within you. Now is the time to awaken it. And this is really funny because today I was having a rough day. Lost a car key. Had to move a couch twice. Lost a beach car like in the middle of the interstate. It was just a rough day. But in the middle of all of this, I saw one of the worst accidents I've ever seen in my entire life. And it really put everything in perspective. Like, fuck the beach cart. Fuck the U-Haul key. Who cares that I had to move a couch twice? I got a couch. Like, this really hits hard. Spirit of gratitude. I'm just grateful I was not in that accident because it was bad. It was. I looked it up afterwards, and it was a 9-car incident. And like 3 of the cars like caught on fire. It was so bad. I'm not gonna get into it, but it was bad. But Spirit of gratitude, this really hits home for me today. So now let's look at endless possibilities. 38. Endless possibilities. Unlimited potential. Moving beyond limiting beliefs and the filter of an unhealed past. Using your awareness to discern what is possible and having the courage to leap beyond even that. You look at the world through the lens of your life experiences, personality, and conditioning. That filter determines whether you believe in an abundant universe of endless possibilities or various degrees of limitation and an finite range of options. When your expectations, unconscious or otherwise, are based on lack, it's difficult to see what is truly available to you. Today, ask yourself what you believe. Are there limitless potential outcomes to align your energy with? Do you know intuitively that there is more to life than meets the eye? And are you willing to act on that knowledge? Every time I record, sorry guys, okay. As you believe, so it will be for you. As your energy will attract its matched in the outer world. Conditions meet expectations. Either your world remains the way it is in various forms, yet essentially unchanging, or you become more. Everything shifts as you open yourself up to a greater version of you and a more meaningful life, discovering opportunities that better reflect your true self. This is the nature of your dynamic relationship with the divine. Today, stand with open arms, knowing that you are stepping into beauty, into experiences that are potent and transformative. You are walking past the line that you and others drew long ago, leaping over what was and toward what will be. You are more than you were. Now, what is it that you want? The treasure is yours. You just need to believe it. This is so good. Okay. Amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Okay. Well, I guess we'll keep those out. I'm expecting to see Ace of Wands a lot in this reading, just from those two cards. But we'll see. So, let's get into it. This card is so pretty. I'm like obsessed with stars. When I was little, I had like this little star ring, and it was just out of like a gumball machine. But to this day, I will like dig through things online for like gumball machines, see if I can find anything like it. It was like a blue plastic ring, and it looked like bubble glass and a star in the middle. It was, I don't know. To this day, I was like 3 when I had it. And to this day, I still think it was like the prettiest ring ever. Okay. So let's see. The foundation of this situation is Page of Cups, intuitive messages. Could be apologies as well. Could be a young water sign. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. It's crossing this. Page of Cups. Here we go. The Ace of Wands. I knew it. Ace of Wands and Ace of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles. Okay. Ace of Wands. And this is going to pop out just from these two cards. But the Ace of Pentacles, that's fabulous. And then the Four of Pentacles. So what's crossing this is some type of passionate beginning that someone is holding back from. And Four of Pentacles is like holding on to something too tightly in the 3D world. It could be time, money, anything man-made. And then the Ace of Pentacles is like something that the universe is trying to bring in. And because this came, like I always look at the order that I look at things, and I always see the Ace of Wands, and that's like holding back or holding on to something too tightly. And then it's like some type of like material gift that the divine wants to bring in. There's only 4 aces in the tarot deck, and there's 2 right here. So I feel like what's crossing this, something about intuitive messages. Like maybe who's watching this is intuitive, but you're just like starting out, or you're just like starting to meditate, tapping into your like real power. And that's what the Ace of Wands is, like our power. It's like a power stick. It's like the phallic symbol. And then, but it's like you're holding on too tightly or holding back from doing it. And the Four of Pentacles plus the Ace of Pentacles, that would be 5 of Pentacles. And the 5 of Pentacles in tarot isn't that great of a card. I mean, it's good because it's rock bottom. So it's like a passionate beginning is happening when maybe you're feeling like you're at rock bottom, or maybe you're not really at rock bottom. Like there's something that you just haven't tapped into yet because you're holding back from getting this, like you're not paying attention to your intuition, like that the divine is trying to bring in. And anytime I see like arcs like this in the back, I always think of like archangels or whatever. And because there's like this hand that's coming from the universe, something like that, something about like not paying attention or holding back from something that makes you happy, something that you're excited about, something that gets you out of bed in the morning. Again, this is the like match before it's lit. Ace of Wands. And then okay, at the bottom of the deck is the Five of Pentacles. Ooh, creepy, just got the chills. So again, Four of Pentacles and Five of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles, that would equal Five of Pentacles. But you see how they're like left out. Everybody says left out in the cold, but I say that they're burnt because they're really like red, and they're not like wearing like warm clothes really. It's I don't know. They're like that's supposed to be like snow, but I say it's ash. So I say it's Charleston, Reset City back in the day. Anyways, but they like stars are a power. So like they're like pentacles are supposed to be like man-made things. It's supposed to be like money, but money is just a current of energy. It's an energy exchange. So it's weird. It's so weird that this is at the bottom of the deck, which is usually, when I look at the bottom of the deck, I consider it like the overall energy. So it's like feeling left out in the cold, but you're only feeling left out in the cold because whether the universe is trying to bring in, you haven't like seen yet, or you're like refusing to take action on. So let's see what the subconscious is. The Two of Wands. This is a narrowed down to two decisions. So he's got the whole world in his hands. He's like looking out over his kingdom. He's got two wands, two passions, two directions he can go in. And you gotta like focus on one at a time. Like you don't want to dip too many of your passions in too many whatever. Like time is of the essence, right? So do what sparks that match the fastest, I guess you could say. Kind of like repairing your credit. Like, whatever you can do that like gives you the biggest bang for your buck and the fastest when it comes to desire wise. I feel like that's what this is saying. This is subconsciously. Most recent past. Ace of Cups. We have three of the aces so far. Ace of Cups and the Three of Wands. The most recent past, like a new love came in. Or the universe was trying to bring a new love in. Or it might have something to do with self-love. Maybe you've been waiting on love to come in, but the universe like wants you to do some self-love, wants you to sit with yourself. Because Three of Wands, threes are all kind of like third-party energy, but also like this is more like a waiting type energy. So with the Two of Wands, he's narrowed it down to two decisions, and he's like weighing his options. And any minute, he's going to head out on his journey. But the Three of Wands are kind of like putting the stakes in the ground. Like with the Two of Wands, they're not like stuck in the ground. They're like on cement, like just hanging out there or whatever. That must look like fishing rods at the bottom. But these are like stuck in the ground. So it's kind of like a stuck energy. It's like a waiting, either waiting on you've been waiting for love to come in, or this could also be a travel card or like an overseas card, but something about new love is trying to come in. You could have somebody from your past, most recent past, that is foreign. High Priestess, intuitive messages as well. Bottom of the deck. Secrets. These secrets. Immediate future. Usually when there's queens out, if the High Priestess comes out and a queen comes out, it usually means like other stuff. I won't get into it if that does come out. It's weird because it kind of means this. If that comes out, it means this. So immediate future is lying, cheating, stealing. But this is with swords, and swords are just our thinking. So I say this is the best deceptive card in the deck, even though it's the worst, because it's our thoughts. We're lying, cheating, stealing. We're self-sabotaging ourselves. So this is in the immediate future. And again, we're lying, cheating, stealing, self-sabotaging, a passionate, like taking action on a passionate new beginning. So like the Ace of Wands is like, you know what you're interested in doing, but you have to take action on it. And like this is like when you know what match you want to like. And then the Page of Wands is like taking action on it. So there's something about self-sabotaging some type of action. Could be dealing with I want to say immature fire sign, but it could just be a younger fire sign, Aries or Sagittarius. Let's look at the current energy. Eight of Wands. So currently, something's coming in fast. I always say this is like messages because it can be like text messages or some type of communication. But they're wands. Again, they're like desires. It's some type of message that you are going to be excited about. So current energy is somebody's going to communicate soon. Or maybe you should communicate soon because it's the current energy. This is like resting. Maybe you won't see it. Oh my God. Okay, this should not be happening. Obviously, I got some decks messed up. But these are... Okay, this is so weird. Obviously, I have more than one deck in this deck because there's only one of each tarot card. But for some reason, we have two of the same right beside each other. And it's really weird because they're total opposites of this. So at the bottom of the deck, we have two, which I would say the energy of these two is like double. Like this is fast, impulsive energy. And this is like needing to rest, recover, heal. It's like putting your swords down. This is like somebody's having a heartbreak. Somebody's going through a heartbreak. And they've got this one sword, which is kind of like the epiphany. Like, so you're healing from a heartbreak, which would be the Three of Swords. And the Three of Swords are up here. And you think like you're not dying from it. But you have this one sword that's underneath, which kind of can be like the Ace of Swords. Which is like an epiphany or whatever. So like once you come out of your healing, you always learn something from it, right? So, like, swords are about knowledge and stuff. But anyway, something's coming in really fast. And it might have to do with your healing. Ten of Swords is in the environment. A painful ending. Someone in your environment is going through a painful ending. But the good news again is that's as bad as it gets. Like, somebody in your environment is going through as bad as it gets. Ten of Pentacles is... could be like a marriage. It could be... because it's something to do with like everything you've ever wanted to manifest in reality. And tens are like completions. So we'll clarify. Sorry, that's not Puggy. It's a collapsed trachea. He's 14. Let's see what the advice is. The Star card and Seven of Cups. So the Star card is another healing card about healing and about balance. So you see they're like pouring out these emotions. Could be dealing with an Aquarius. And then the Seven of Cups can be like dreams. So the advice is, I feel like, telling you to dream. Like, pouring out any type of negative emotions, getting vulnerable with yourself. This person's completely naked. You see all the stars in the background, too. This one, like, big star in the middle. Sorry. He'll keep doing it because he only does it during tarot. And there must be a really big, important message trying to come out because anytime I get distracted like this, it just means that something needs to come out and something's trying to make it stop. So, because I got really distracted within like the last 5 minutes. It's weird. So, yeah, we'll clarify that and maybe the energy will be a little bit different. Justice, wrong being made right too. Something to do with the Justice Department as well. It can be some type of contract or something. Maybe you are dreaming about something being, and then Six of Pentacles, like getting something. We'll clarify. Something. Let's look at the best possible outcome. I think it's saying be delusional in your dreams. Be delusional. Four of Wands. This is a twin flame card. This can be like about firm foundations. Four is about firm foundations. This can be like right before the Five of Pentacles. So this is like when you have like everything. When you have that firm foundation, you have house, whatever. You have everything you ever wanted. And then Five of Pentacles hits because you realize that you've like manifested all this stuff in the material world and you aren't happy. And so fives are kind of like, or not that you're not happy, but you just, it doesn't feel like you thought it would feel. Or maybe you feel it and then you're like, okay, what's next? Like, you can kind of get nihilistic because you're like, once you reach a goal, like if you don't continue to dream bigger, you're not like creative, which I feel like sometimes happens to me, then you're like, fuck, like, well, what's next? Like, it's so hard to keep dreaming bigger and bigger and bigger. But it's like, especially when money, it's like once you've reached one goal in money and you can kind of like, you kind of get like everything you want, or this is what happened to me. And it's just kind of like, is this it? Like, just doing something to reproduce this? Like, if money is a currency and like current energy, then I don't know. I think that's why I got interested in spirituality. I don't know. Anyways, but like 4 of Wands, like again, this is like desires and stuff. So this is like your firm foundation. It's like, so we have the 2 of Wands, the 3 of Wands, and the 4 of Wands. So this progression. So subconsciously, there's a decision that needs to be made. This can be a marriage card too. It's kind of like a wedding. In the past, it was like waiting on like new love or the universe to bring some love in, and the best possible outcome could be like marriage or a house or something. But it looks like marriage. Like even they're like Roman marriage room. Okay. And then we have the 5 of Wands. So 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is like conflict, competition. Maybe people are fighting over you. Maybe you are a hot item and you've got many suitors. Okay. So the bottom of the deck is 5 of Wands. Crazy how that progressed like that. Okay. So now we're going to clarify these. So we've got spirit of gratitude and endless possibilities. Okay, shuffle more. My favorite deck to shuffle. I don't know why. I think they're like, it's like one of the first decks I ever got with this one. I just love it. All right. I just saw the Ace of Swords, which is the last ace. Like we have all the other aces on the table. Okay, so clarifying this Page of Cups, which is about intuitive messages. This is the 4 of Cups, which again is kind of that missed opportunity card. So here again, like the universe is trying to bring in like this pinnacle. And then here you have like somebody's looking at the 3 of Cups, which is kind of like 3 of Cups means like going out with your friends, whatever. But like but cups mean emotions in general. So this person is like dwelling on maybe some type of social event or something, but how they felt and some type of whatever. And then the universe is trying to bring something in, but again, you're not noticing it. Like the universe is trying to get you to feel a different feeling, but maybe you're just like focused on like going out or something like that. But again, this is like, and this can be like an immature water sign. This can be someone that isn't in touch with their emotions, right? Like we only have so many words for emotions, which I don't believe is very like true. We all have different DNA, chemical makeup. Everything about us is completely different in that aspect. So having names for emotions, like no 2 people have ever been in someone else's body to know how they feel. So to name emotions, I think is kind of like a stretch, kind of like quantum physics. We can't really see it or like prove it, but for some reason we all agree on it. And yeah, but yeah, this is somebody that doesn't know about their emotions, I want to say, because this will be the 4 of Cups, and then with this will be the 5 of Cups. And the 5 of Cups is about like regrets and stuff, or like kind of like in one of the cards, they are like burying a time capsule. It's like they're putting all these emotions in this time capsule, and they're just like dwelling on these like past emotions. And so they can't like experience new emotions because they're just holding on to the past emotions. So yeah, I feel like this is just saying like somebody's not in tune at the moment. which I guess is you or whoever. And then again, Ace of Swords. Crazy. It wants to come out so bad. We want to have all 4 aces on board. The Hierophant. Okay. So, passionate in the beginning. Holding back from something. This can be like government institutions, marriage, Taurus. If you're dealing with a Taurus. Dogma. Again, this is 5. This is when you're like, this is right before 6. 6 is like when you get in alignment. It's like 5 is when you get bored and everything goes to hell because you're just like, you've been doing the same thing for so long. You're like, I gotta evolve. But this is like, I mean, this can be even like religions, anything that's like tradition, like programming, right? So something like the universe is trying to bring something in, but you're holding on to the universe is trying to bring something that is going to like create a spark in you. This is the boom boom stick. This is the magic wand. This is the magic vibrator, whatever gets you excited. But you're in all this earth energy. So this is fire. This is fire energy. But for some reason, you're in all this earth energy. So like this is, again, Taurus, earth energy. And this is like about tradition and dogma and whatever. Indoctrination. And then, again, pentacles and stuff, like holding on to pentacles and like whatever. Like waiting, just wanting like the universe to give you money even, maybe. It's like you're just too grounded at the moment. I feel like it might be saying. The root of the situation is 2 of Wands. King of Pentacles, again, too grounded. Somebody could be too grounded. But this is the husband card in tarot. This is the husband that proposes with the 5-carat round diamond solitaire engagement ring. And then his wife is Queen of Pentacles, and she is, she knows her worth, whatever. They're a vibrational match in the 3D, I guess you could say. Stable, whatever, good. Financially stable, it is. Okay, so 2 of Wands. It's clarified by the King of Pentacles. So somebody's like trying to, subconsciously, somebody is trying to determine which direction to take when it comes to their desires, because I feel like their ultimate desire is to be stable. Okay, it says it all. Like, again, all these pentacles, all this earth sign energy, somebody's main objective is stability, which, as a fire sign, is kind of boring in my eyes. But, I mean, hot in a way, but you gotta have some balance. You gotta have some fire, like some impulsiveness. Like, if you're not impulsive, which, I don't know, I guess that's kind of bad, but not really. Spice of life. Impulsivity is the spice of life. Oh God, 10 of Swords again at the bottom of the deck. Okay. So the past, somebody was waiting or seeing the bigger picture about new love or something, seeing the bigger picture about self-love. The most recent past, we have the 3 of Wands and the Ace of Cups. The Empress in reverse. Could be dealing with a Libra. This is someone who's like, ooh. In this card, she looks like she's pregnant, but because it came in reverse and said they're not pregnant or something, or somebody's waiting, I don't know, something about pregnant. She like births things into, like the Emperor is like the architect, makes the plans, and then does the work with the seed. And then the Empress is the one that receives the messages from the divine. Her counterpart is actually the Hierophant. Everybody thinks it's the, everybody thinks it's the Emperor, but it's not. It's actually the Hierophant. It's like she's birthing whatever. The feminine is birthing the masculine's whatever idea. Like, she brings things into creation, into 3D. He has the tools, and she has the nurturing, whatever, I guess you could say. But it was in reverse. So maybe somebody's seen the bigger picture about somebody not being somebody they want to get pregnant, or not somebody that they want to, or maybe somebody's not the empress like they thought they were. Somebody's not in their empress energy. And which makes sense. If you're waiting to take care of yourself, if you're waiting to give yourself every absolute thing you want, including stuff you desire sexually, the love you desire, if all you have is stability, but you want to feel something. I felt kind of like when I was like paper chasing, which I mean, I think I'll always paper chase, but when I was paper chasing hard, I didn't realize that. Like I was like dating someone, got engaged. I was with them for 8 years, and it wasn't until COVID that I was like, shit. I like got everything I wanted. The man, the ring, the condo, the car, the furniture, like absolutely everything. The clothes, the jewelry, like the bags, the shoes, absolutely everything I wanted. Everything. To the point where like I had so many packages coming in all the time. Like I was like a shopaholic, I guess you could say. Because I was like trying to fill this void that like could never be filled. And I always felt like this will make me feel worthy. This will make me feel worthy. Like I think about self-worth. It's not even about like feeling happy. It's about feeling worthy. It was like it did not matter how much money I made. I never felt worthy, which is a vicious mental health like mind fuck. It was hard to finally realize like, okay, what's my number? Like what number do I have to hit to feel worthy? Feel worthy. And I was like, oh, I don't think it's gonna be a number. I think it's more of a purpose. I feel like I didn't have much purpose other than making money. And then when COVID hit and it was like they were handing out money, I was like, wait a minute. I've been busting my ass for 10 years and that y'all are like handing like, wait. And I found so many more things I was passionate about than making money during COVID, which is crazy. But anyways, not to digress, but yeah, I just felt like I was doing all these things outside of myself to make myself feel whole. And it wasn't until I was alone for the first time, like I ended that relationship. Both of my, like, I had 2 teeth whitening studios. One of them I was at the remodel, and then all that had to close. I literally was by myself, which most people were during COVID, for the first time ever in my life. Like, I've always had roommates. I've always lived with men. Like, I've never lived alone ever in my entire life. It's the first time I lived alone. And man, was it a wake-up call. I stopped drinking completely. I started like intuitively eating. I just started taking care of myself. I started listening to myself instead of others. So like, I literally gave myself so much grace, like, because I would always feel guilty about things, and I still kind of get in this cycle now. Now they're not handing out money like they were, but like I get in a cycle where I feel guilty to do things that I enjoy because I'm like, I need to be doing something that makes money. Like if it, and I mean, I've worked in a network marketing company, and that was the mindset was, if it's not making money, then don't waste time on it. Right. But when I started like doing things I love and then making money doing that, I don't know, I felt kind of gross. Because I just enjoyed doing it so much, and I feel like feminines, we're like women, it's a weird, and like energy is real. Like I'm passionate about this, and I want to like share what I love with other people, and the exchange of money just feels ooh to me. And it might still have to do with the whole worth thing or whatever, but it's just crazy because I feel like this is saying like somebody's waiting on loving themselves, basically, because I always feel like the Ace of Cups is like the self-love card, because it's like everybody thinks it's new love, but I always think it's like the epiphany of self-love. Like, we're all a vibrational match, right? And it's like a needle in a haystack to find someone that is vibrating at the same frequency you are. But you can only attract what you are. So if you are a self-loathing whatever who doesn't believe that they deserve love or passion or great sex or whatever, then you're like pushing whoever away that might think that they deserve it. Like, whoever you want, like I was telling somebody recently, they are going through a breakup, and I'm trying to explain the frequency thing. Like, when you're ruminating on someone, you want them to come back, like, you have to meet, your frequency has to be the same, right? So what a lot of women do, especially during breakups, is like they'll get tarot card readings. And I get it. Like, literally, I got into tarot for that reason. Like, I was like, yeah, I mean, everybody looks for comfort, or everybody like reaches out for faith or some type of like life jacket when they're going through hurt, right? And I feel like this person recently they're just ruminating on this person and wanting them to come back, and, you know, freaking out. And I am like, okay, you're not on the same frequency. If he has left and he wants to be by himself, it's because he's like, he wants to be by himself. He loves himself more than you at the moment. And in order to have a chance at all of him coming back, you have to love yourself more than him for y'all to be vibrating at the same frequency. And this isn't woo-woo, this is physics. So it's funny because this person, it's like, we'll dive into tarot, and tarot, I feel like tarot calls you out with that. Like, I feel like at the beginning, like when I first started learning tarot, I did a lot of like I feel like the readings I do now, I want them to be like deeper, like more purpose filled. Like, if they have, like, because I don't feel like love and partnerships are just for the man-made concept of marriage and reproduction. Like, I feel like there is a spiritual purpose. I believe in soulmates and twin flames and all that stuff. I feel like every person you meet, if you're in tune with your body, you tap into another part of yourself. But people don't give you those feelings. You give yourself those feelings. And it only takes you, like, meeting a couple of people where you learn that you're doing that for you to, like, feel empowered. Like, you don't need anybody around to make you feel how you felt about certain people. Like, you've already done it before. And you just, like, it's the illusion of them being there making you, like, I mean, of course, like, sex and stuff, whatever. But give me a break. Like, most women have more orgasms with themselves than with men. So, okay. Anyways, but this person, you know, like, looking up astrological stuff or whatever, and I'm like, do you think you're vibrating at the same frequency? Because I can almost guarantee that he is not looking at your natal chart right now. But then again, it can be backwards. It can be where they're numb. Like, you're trying to process your feelings after a breakup, and you're trying to, like, deal and heal, and the person that, you know, you've ended things with can be numbing themselves. And then you're definitely not on the same thing, because you're, like, feeling and healing, and this person's numbing and dumbing. So, like, you know, but I feel like everything happens for a reason. So if that is the case, then you always level up, always. I've never, ever, like, gone backwards when it came to dating. Okay, sorry. We'll keep going. And temperance is like balance. Again, tempering your emotions. So let's look at the immediate future. 7 of Swords. 3 of Wands. Again, so in the most recent past, it's 3 of Wands, waiting. Immediate future, 3 of Wands, waiting. Again, this is self-sabotage. Lying, cheating, stealing, waiting on something. Could be like waiting on communication, because again, 7 of Swords is like communication. Here's the Ace of Wands again. So we have the Ace of Wands as in the again, this is like not taking. This is waiting, like you're in your head in the immediate future. But the universe is like wanting you to feel desirable, wanting you to desire stuff, wanting you to fulfill your desires. Somebody's too grounded, too whatever. Okay. Let's see the Eight of Wands current energy. The Tower. So some message is going to come in that you're really excited about, and some shit is going to switch up your world. Some type of communication is going to change your world. Or it is at the moment. It's happening. Death. Could be done with a Scorpio. Again, that's like a tower too. Like, not saying that that's happening, but just saying that like some type of information is going to come in that is going to rock your world. The environment, Ten of Swords. Knight of Cups. Something about proposal, something about somebody professing their love and maybe feeling rejected or getting rejected. Knight of Cups. Water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. The Knights are like messengers. Again, Ace of Wands. Maybe somebody delivering some bad news about that. So let's do the Star and the Seven of Cups. Six of Swords. Getting in alignment, going with the flow. Being delusional with your dreams. Letting the divine take the lead. This is putting the swords down, getting out of your head, getting into your body. That's why this person is like rowing. It's like they're just going with the flow. No struggle. Just going, getting out of their head, getting in their body. Sun, happiest card in the deck. Could be dealing with a Leo. Ace of Swords, it finally came out. Last pull finally came out. Judgment, Ace of Swords. Some type of epiphany. Could have to deal with marriage. Could have to deal with some firm foundation, a home of some sort. Firm foundation, some type of epiphany, and then a judgment. Could have to deal with the court system. Some type of a decision is being made, and it's going to be communicated, and it's going to be a good one. This is a celebration. And the bottom of the deck is the Queen of Cups. So I always say this is the divine masculine's heart. So he gives his heart, which I say is like the Queen of Cups, like being vulnerable, the Queen of Cups, and then opposite, King of Cups, Queen of Cups. Could be, so conflict, competition could be dealing with the water sign. Okay. So, spirit of gratitude, endless possibilities. Be delusional. I feel like this is what this is saying. Seven of Cups and Star. Spirit of gratitude, endless possibilities. Go with the flow. Happy April 5th.